Hi crystal balls, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. I hope everybody is doing well. Unfortunately, I am not feeling well myself, so if I sound a little off, I can even see the puffiness in my face. I think I'm getting a sinus infection, but I'm really sorry, guys. I know I don't feel good, I don't look good, but I wanted to talk about what is happening in the United States right now. So before I get started, I want to do another quick thank you to my Patreons. If you guys want to see some exclusive content, specifically the Isaac Cappy video, I cannot put that on YouTube. I would get taken down, but it is on Patreon and you can see it for as little as $1. So please think about joining my Patreon. Also, please look down in the description box and check out the ways that you can support me and support this channel. You know, we're all hustling, we're all trying to do the things we can. And if you guys know me personally, you know that the last month has been really, really rough. And I'm trying to hustle however I can. So I appreciate every single one of you. And please take a moment to look at things like Audible or Skillshare or Prime and, you know, or other ways there that you could support the channel. But Patreon is probably the best because you get some pretty exclusive content. Sorry, I'm going to be sniffing. So I've been trying to, you know, have this month be Pride Month, but today, well, it was, I don't know, the last it was 48 hours ago that Roe versus Wade was overturned in the United States, which there's basically going to be a situation where legal abortions are going to be very far and few between. The point is, anybody who doesn't have a uterus really shouldn't be telling somebody with a uterus what to do with their body. If we are going to go down this road and we are going to have the government regulate women's bodies, then we need to do so to men as well. Men will need to, in my opinion, be required to have a vasectomy, because it takes two to make a baby. So life has not legally been defined yet. In some states, it's when they take the first breath. And of course, people forget that this isn't Christianity does not run this country, but it sure as heck seems like it. Our Jewish brothers and sisters are having their religious rights impeded on, and there needs to be a separation of church and state, because in Jewish culture, Jewish religion, the mother needs to be protected. In several other religions, whether you like them or not, such as the Church of Satan, also have the religious capacity, the belief system and structure to allow a woman to have a safe abortion. The only thing that this is doing is control and power over people. If they actually cared about a human life, then we would have affordable housing. We would have better and safer housing and living situations. We would have universal health care. These people advocate for a life more that isn't even on this planet yet than they do for people who are already born. Once the birth happens, there's nobody standing beside you. It is not easy to adopt. That's something else that we really need to take a look. The pregnancy, the abortion is not the root issue here. It is just a part of a larger problem. The larger problem has to do with controlling, regulating, and making women a second-class citizen. Anybody with a uterus, second-class citizen. Anybody presenting as a woman, we are second-class, okay? We don't have the power. Do you guys know, and some of you may not know this, that we as women cannot control our own bodies when we go to the doctor and say, I don't ever want to have a child. I would like to be sterilized, please. Most places, I'm not saying all, but most places require you to at least be 42 or above, have 3 children, and married before you're able to do that. So what do you want women to do? Women are trying to take control of their bodies for a very long time. A very long time. And you won't even let a woman sterilize herself. I am in a medically complex situation where I should be able to go and get a hysterectomy. But because I don't meet those requirements, I can't have that done. So, if for some reason that I get pregnant, that pregnancy would most likely kill me. So, what do I do? What do I do? I can't get myself sterilized. I can't do anything to my uterus, and now I can't do anything to save my own life. You are perpetuating a problem of poverty, homelessness, war on people of color, and women. You are perpetuating a society that has its boot on the throat of female. If this was something that really needed to happen, then you would put in place easier adoption on both sides. You would make adoption affordable to everybody. You would get all of those kids out of foster systems, because all of these kids in foster systems need home, but you deny homes to children based on sexuality and other things because you don't want them in those homes. You don't care about these kids once they hit the system. You don't care about these kids once they're born. How are these people going to pay for hospital bills? And anybody who says, well, just keep your legs closed, go to hell. And if you guys don't like this, go away. Seriously. You don't say that to someone. You don't regulate what they do with their bodies. And you can't do anything about the forced naughties or the incest naughties. Seriously. There needs to be stricter rules in place for people who do that. The forced naughties, the trafficking naughties, the incest naughties. There's not. There are so many R-word people going completely free because money just hasn't caught up to it yet, because all of these kits are sitting out there and they don't have the money to go through every single one of these kits. So that person is serially doing it over and over again. And probability of creating babies is high. So whatever convoluted idea that this is, all you are doing is perpetuating a situation that is already bad. You have not let women take care of their own bodies for a very long time, and now you're making it even harder. What are you doing? You're bringing back backyard abortions. You are bringing back clothing hangers. I can't believe that my grandmother had to protest for this shit and it's turned over now in my lifetime. They paved this way. My grandmother, my great-grandmother, my mother paved the way for our rights. And here we are, back in the Stone Age. If you think that this is going to change anything with abortion, it's not. It's just going to result in higher deaths. And guys, for being a #1 country in the world, we sure have a high infant mortality rate. We have a lot of homelessness. We have a lot of poverty. We have a lot of people who keep being put down and down and down. They're not allowed to move out of the spot that they're in. And because of some stupid, old, out of touch, white, straight people are putting this shit out there and changing the laws of the land that are completely out of touch with reality, we have to suffer. So, what do? I guess we have to fight again. If you can't regulate vasectomies, if you can't allow a woman to sterilize herself, if you can't have universal health care, if you can't be actual pro-life and help that child all the way through school and get them the tools that they need instead of having a large infant mortality rate or them starving or homelessness, if this, then you can talk about bans on abortion. But until then, have a long way to go. A long way to go. And we're just going to lose life on this journey. This isn't pro-life. This is pro-control. This is pro-birth. Birth. But they don't care about what happens after that child is here. That child is not a child until it is born. Yet there are people willing to fight for this and happy that this crap happened, but the mother's life does not matter. You guys know that children don't have any really legal rights in the United States, right? So what happens to these kids? What happens? We're living in an unrealistic society, in a sick world, and all we're doing is just making it worse. All right, guys. I know that's heavy, and I know it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but it had to be said, and I use my voice. I support the woman's choice because it's not my choice. I can't tell you what's good for you or what's bad for you. I can't. That's between you and yours, not me. And I don't know what your situation is, and I don't ever want to be in that position. But if you find yourself in that position, you should have the legal right to a safe medical procedure. We're going to be watching real hard. And trust me, these voices will be heard. All right, take care. Bye for now.